Welcome. So I'm going to try something here for a question, to answer a question that someone may need answered, okay? Because I don't have any requests. And before I just give up this channel completely, before I even start, you can't give up before you try anything. I thought, well, let me just I usually do tarot on the other channel. So for this, I'm not going to do a tarot answer, but I'm going to try to get a question from my homemade deck of what someone might have. Instead of going on history like I did in the last video, based on an old friend's issue or concern that kept, cropping up in her world, I want to just go with the energy right now. Oh, we have I can see clearly now. So clarification on what? History was not made by those who did nothing, says C.J. Walker, Madam C.J. Walker. Okay, so being clear about something. History was not made by those who did nothing. You have a path in life or purpose and you don't know what it is. You want to know what would you be able to do that would feel like it is your purpose, that would be very fulfilling, like your purpose. Like, why are you here? Pretty much, you want clarification. You want to be able to say, I can see clearly now, and make history. You see your path clear in a way that you can make history. Oh, okay. Suffering in silence. You feel like you're suffering with this in silence, that you don't know exactly what you're meant to do. That maybe people around you think that maybe you have a 9-to-5 job, it pays you well, or it doesn't. Regardless, you're not fulfilled. And you think that making a big deal of this, no one would understand. If you try to speak to them about it, they would think that you are being spoiled. Like, this is not a real problem. You know what I mean? This is just you being on La La Land or something like that is what I'm getting. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the come up. You are ambitious. You want more out of this world, not just more finances. Because again, you could be someone that's wealthy or has enough material. You can cover your material needs in this world. Maybe even you have investments or you're comfortable. But that isn't the point. You want to feel like you're leaving your mark. You want a legacy. You want a legacy. Now I have, they mocked your path. Now they walk blind. So you might have some people around you that just don't get you. Not that they mock you, but they're just not interested or feeling drawn to have a huge purpose. Or they just can't relate to where you're coming from. This need you have. So you probably don't even express it. Maybe you did once, but now you don't anymore. And you just like keep it to yourself, suffer in silence, like that card said. But you know that you're meant for starlight, for stardom, to shine. It doesn't mean you have to have a microphone and be dancing on a stage kind of stardom. But whatever you do, you want to be named for it in history, maybe as an inventor of something, or maybe as the go-to, like the guru of something. You want to make history. You want your name to live on. Okay. My advice to you on this would be, what you're doing is right. Not suffering in silence, but by you blocking everybody else's opinions off, blocking off everyone else's voices, and just honing in on what you want, knowing this is your solo journey anyway, you know, is good. It aids you because what you do, the steps you take, need to be independent. You don't need to get everybody else's validation on your moves and your choices moving forward. So you set the course, you set the right tone for what your mindset is to do this alone, whether you realize it or not. That's what's going on. So change that suffering in silence into action in silence, belief, support in silence. Support yourself through it like you would a friend. If a friend came to you and said, you know, I have ambitions and dreams that are bigger than what I see in front of me, but I know something in my soul says I'm meant for more. Help yourself like you would help that friend. Okay? That is the spiritual soul, even mental health side of it, emotional side of it. Now, for the other side, which is the logistics and getting it done in the 3D, I would do my homework. Start with brainstorming with AI, even, you know, or Google search and ask the question, you know, what, I don't know what you want to do though. So it depends on, let's just say you want to be a Renaissance artist. You've walked museums all your life and you are fascinated by the Renaissance period, and you're good at art, you know, but you maybe are not the best in that field, or you don't have the techniques down or something like that. Explain that and say, how do I go from explain your skill, your experience, to being the best ever? They will give you a roadmap into how you can do this. You can tell them where you live. They will give you workshops. They will tell you exactly how much those workshops cost. I mean, you will have a plan before you know it. You could even say, give me a 3-month plan for how to get this done, or a 1-year plan on how to get this done. You know what I mean? So basically what I'm saying is turn that suffering in silence and dissatisfaction and not seeing clearly to seeing exactly clearly how your path can go. Change the mystery of it. Make it like a game. Challenge yourself to get out of the person who, wow, would be nice. You know, I know I'm meant for more. I know it's out there. But how do I get to it? I'll never get to it, probably. Nobody understands, and this is miserable, living small, you know, smaller than what I want to live. Changing that to, all of a sudden the conversation is, oh yeah, you didn't know, I'm in a workshop. If you want to reveal it, you may not want to reveal any aspects of it. You may want to just, next thing they're looking up and they see your piece in a gallery somewhere, you know? I don't know, where you're selling it online or something like that, an auction. But regardless if you want to share your successes or not, you within would be so proud of yourself to know you're making it happen. You went from feeling alone, not knowing how it could happen, to the steps, doing something about it. So that's what I would say to you. And you will feel happier and more fulfilled along the way. Not just at the end when you have your piece hanging, but the journey itself. You're going to be so proud that you're doing it, that you're doing what you want to do. And even keeping your job. There's nothing wrong with keeping your job and making a looser schedule, timeline for when you get from your experience now to expert. Who says you have to rush it? You know, if you need to keep that 9 to 5 for your, you know, everyday living costs and things like that, nothing wrong with making it happen on the side. So I hope this has reached someone. I hope it was meant for you. And I will see you in the next question. Hopefully you have one for me. If not, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to come back and have another question and answer. Enjoy your week.